So let's talk about it. I'm just a girl.
You know that girl, I am just a girl too.
There's a creator on this app called I'm Just a Girl, and a lot of y'all don't like her.
All the discourse surrounding Just a Girl, I really have just one question.
And I'm just a girl. Just a girl.
That lady, I'm just a girl.
No, because y'all are tearing that Just a Girl a whole new one.
I think the problem with I'm Just a Girl's content,
that Just a Girl lady, you cannot convince me that she don't hate black women.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the Just a Girl show. Why does my camera look all blurry like that? Hold on. Okay, there we go. Why is it looking like that? Hold on, y'all. Because we don't be doing a blurry camera now. Hey y'all, happy Tuesday. I hope everyone is having a great evening. I hope you had a great day. If you are here, make sure that y'all like the live, share it out, engage in the conversation. And if you're not a subscriber, of course, subscribe to the channel. Okay. So I always try to make sure that I'm mindful that new people are coming and watching every day. Right. And some people don't know why I do what I do. They don't know why I talk so much about Black women and why I care so much about Black women. But you guys see the topic of tonight of the title of the live is why do Black women hate modesty so much? And I posed that question because, you know, I've received a lot of backlash for conducting myself in the manner that I do and encouraging women to do the same. Right. It almost puts you in this idea that, oh, you think you better than, you think you're this, you think you're that. And it's like, no, sweetie, I promise you that's not what I think. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is, I think that there's a different way of how we can move out here. And I'm just here to tell you what I think is best for us as women, as Black women. But I also am realistic to the fact that everybody goes through their journey of being young and influenced, and we wanted to wear, you know, just wearing whatever we wanted to wear as teenage girls, right? Our crop tops, our short shorts, all the things. Like, I'm not sitting here pretending like what young girls want to do today is not what we did as young girls back in the day, right? The difference is everything is to the extreme now. You know, like there's no limits. And then there's social media. So you are watching in 4K, 5K, you're watching how other women are dressing, moving, behaving, and it's getting into your psyche. You understand what I'm saying? And that's the part that I don't think people realize as to why I talk so much about this is because of that. Because it's right in front of their face. So since I've spoken so boldly about modesty and what I would love to see more women do, it has come with a lot of hate. It has come with so much hate. And it's like, how can you be mad that a woman is trying to encourage women to cover up their behinds? Right? How can you be mad that I'm just saying, let's have some self-respect? And I've always said this. I've always said, I'm speaking to the older women that are my age and older, and even a little bit younger. I'm 36 years old. So I'm talking about the women who are in my age bracket. How about we set the example? How about we be the influence on these young girls so that way that they can do something different? You know what I'm saying? So we all look up to each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, we looked up to our cousins and our cousins looked up to their cousins. Like, so if we say, you know what, let's not go this far, let's do something different. But unfortunately, y'all, I'm going to say this, whenever it comes down to modesty, I promise you this question, this, I hate to take it here, y'all, but I'm going to take it here. I hate to take it here, but I'm going to take it here. And some of y'all might not like it. A lot of times when modesty comes up, women are always bringing up somehow that we don't have to dress like that because we are not Muslims. That comment, and I hate to take it to the religious side of things, but I've heard that comment so many times that the idea of being modest is only it's a negative thing, and we don't got to do things like those Muslims. It's the wildest thing ever to me. And I'm speaking for myself as a Muslim woman today and as a former Christian woman. I was born and raised a Christian my entire life, right? Before I became Muslim, alhamdulillah, that I'm here, right? But I always understood modesty. It didn't just click in my mind, shoot, I got to be modest then because I'm Muslim. No, I've always known that a woman carries herself a certain way because she's a woman. That's what a woman does. That is a woman who is claiming to be a believer and wanting to make God proud, and women talk all the time about being a virtuous woman, and you want to be a wife and all these things. But it's like anytime that conversation comes up, I promise y'all, it's always the comment of, we don't got to do that like Muslims do. We don't got to be modest. And I'm just like, when did that become a thing? When did that become a thing that was only geared toward Muslim women? When did women of any other race, any other religious background, did not carry themselves in a modest manner? They didn't. What is it? I did it. Okay. Lovely kitties. So I just couldn't believe. And again, I was talking about this stuff before I became Muslim, right? My platform was built on being modest, having class, having self-respect, having dignity, all those things. And the crazy part about it is it's so and I didn't even plan to go here with this tonight, y'all, before I get into sharing the videos. But it's so crazy when women found, like, when I shared that I had accepted Islam, so many women were like, oh, it makes sense now. Is that not wild? Is that not wild? Like, oh, it makes sense now that you want to promote modesty. So you can't promote modesty and not be a Muslim? Was that not wild, y'all, for them? Like, but it was like a makes sense, like in a snobby, sarcastic way. Like, oh yeah, now it makes sense. I was like, wow. I was just like, it's no way. It's no way. But that's the reality of how Black women hate modest and classy women. They will find a way to demonize it. And I don't know why we are where we are and how we've gotten here, but we are. I got to pause for a second. 1 second, y'all. Have kids, they said, y'all. Have kids. Okay. So that was an eye-opening experience for me as to backlash of, oh, it made sense that, oh, you can only be promoting modesty if you are of a particular religion. I'm just like, no, this is not even about religion. This is just about how we as women should conduct ourselves, period. And this applies in all religious books, all religious backgrounds. But they hate it. They demonize it. But I want to share and start the live out with a clip in reference to this, because we've modesty is just off the table at this point. It's off the table. And anytime you try to call it out, it's going to be backlash. And that's the unfortunate reality of where we are today when it comes to us as Black women and how we see things. Let me share this clip and let's get right on into it.
Being a young Black girl is so interesting, like, and just growing up and, like, you know, all the fucking tropes we get. Like, we're fast, we are like anything surrounding fucking fast. When I was little, I do notice that I always had a thing for, like, sexiness. Like, I remember I asked my mom after I first saw the front end music video in the car, I was like, can I stare at people like this? Because that's how they was in slow motion. But, and, like, now, like, I value everything sexy. I love sex appeal. I love sexy. I love being hot. I love being cunt. Like, I love being young and being able to, like, to do what I want because I have the right to do everything I want to do. And I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana. Like, that's where I was born, raised up until Katrina. And, you know, like, in our culture, like, we literally invented twerking as far as American culture. Like, we, obviously in Africa, the Congolese, Senegalese, like, they move like that already. But as far as what twerking is in this nation, we literally gave y'all twerking. We gave y'all the beats. We gave y'all the movement. That's literally our shit. No shade. But it's just so interesting like that. Like, young Black girls are always called fast for multiple weird-ass reasons. For the ways that we grew up dancing, for our natural body shapes, for just being fucking Black and young. And, like, when I was little, I never had it in my mind, like, oh, like, sex. Like, I'm doing this because of sex. Or I'm doing this in relation to sex. And, like, it just was never that. Which is why, like, being an adult and just think about the type of, like, conversations that are still had to this day about young Black girls. Like, I don't know. It's like, how do you explain that? Like, I liked sexiness. I liked revealing clothes. And I never grew up, and I like to twerk because I can do it and it's an art form and it makes me happy to do that. Like, I feel good when I'm shaking my ass. Like, it's that simple. Even as an adult, shaking my ass at parties. I'm not shaking my ass so boys could want to have sex with me. Like, that's not how my brain works. Like, I'm shaking my ass because I'm good at it and I can, and it's fucking fun. Somatics. Look that up. I don't know. I'm rambling at this point, but yeah, points were made, I guess.
Okay. So there's a multitude of things, right? A multitude of things that she said in this video, and I'm going to address the first thing. Being a young girl, Black girls, a lot of us, I've heard it myself. A lot of us were told, and everything was attached to being fast and sex. So that is true. So many things are attached to being too grown and too fast. I agree. Because I also hate that sentiment of, if you do this, you're fast. If you do this, you're grown. So I can understand it. I can understand and respect that there is a correlation to certain things, but at the same time, there are things that are truly too grown and too fast for young girls to do. Let's be all the way honest. So the fact that when she said she was little, she wanted to stare people like that, that's grown. You're like, that's not for a kid to do. You understand what I'm saying? That's not for a little girl to be trying to mock what grown women are doing. That's grown. You're not a grown woman. You're a child. But the reality is, when you're exposed to these things as children, you will lead to doing things that are too grown for you to be doing. So it's like, for her, you were being exposed to things that were too grown for you to be exposed to, but you were exposed to them and you fell in love with things that were sexy. Again, we are all being influenced, right? That could be from your big sister, from your big cousin, from your mama. But you love sexy. You love being wild. You want to be free. You want to do whatever you want to do because you can. This is the problem. The problem is that we think that we should be able to do whatever we want to do, wear whatever we want to wear, do it and move however we want to move, but then don't want people to judge us. And then we get mad when women like myself talk about being classy and being modest and having self-respect, and then they give you that response like, I could do whatever I want to do. Who says I need their respect? Who says that I want the men to look at me? I don't care what nobody says. Let's stop it. If you're in a room with a party where there are men, if you are attracted to the opposite sex, You cannot convince me. You may not be one to have sex. Let's be honest. But there's no way that you're just sitting there twerking bent over and you don't want nobody to give you no attention. I just find it hard to believe. I find it hard to believe. But again, for her, twerking, shaking her behind, that is what's therapeutic for her. That's what's fun. That's what she can do. That's what she wants to do. She does not care. And that is why we are where we are today. Because so many of them think just like this. I could do whatever I want to do. I can move however I want to move, and I don't care. I can do it. She's always loved sexy things. She's always loved revealing clothing. Because we are not raised as women to be modest. We're not raised that way, y'all. We are. I was not raised that way. I wasn't raised that way. But now, y'all, when the twerking and the extent that it has gone, y'all, the extent that it has gone it's beyond me. It is beyond me. It really is. Because the thing about it, like, no one's trying to tell women that they can't have a good time, and everybody like to do a little dance, do a little twerk. I'm not over here telling you don't do that. If that's what you want to do, but it's about how we're doing it. Like, women are out here with their whole butt out. Your whole behind is out, walking in the streets. Everything. And let a woman walk past you and she's dressing well put together, very classy, just really showing that she's that girl without having to show all her body. She thinks she better than you. She uppity. She's stuck up. She's conceited. She's all the things. All the things. I want to read. Let me send a thank you. Let me read the super chat that I got. Okay. This is from Law. Thank you, Law. Your message needs to be heard. I can't lie. I'm 30-year-old male with no children on purpose. I'm fearful of impregnating the wrong woman, but you give me hope that decent women exist. Wow. I appreciate that. That is tough. And that's the crazy part about it, that, Black women don't even realize that there are so many Black men out here that don't have children, and that they are being intentional and they are trying their best and trying not to fall into the wrong situation. Like, it's that, to me, man, I tell y'all, that message is what I fear for my son. I've shared this before. I fear this for my son. That when it comes to, like, I'm throwing away the wanting my kids to be the dynamic to be just Black, because I don't know what that's going to look like if we keep going if we keep going in this direction of what it is now. My son will be 18 in 5 years. That ain't even enough to touch the surface. 5 years, he'll be 18 years old. Right? So I there are women out here, y'all. There are. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like it's not good women out here, because there are. But the hard part about it is, y'all, men cannot detect the good from the bad, because we all hang together, dress the same, talk this. Like, that's the crazy part about it. The doctor and the girl that work at Walmart look the same, act the same, dress the same way. That's where we at right now. The judge is moving the same way as the woman that she just locked up. That's where we are right now. So how do you determine in today's society where the good women are? You think because she got a good job, that's going to be better. You never know. You got to be very intentional. And at this point, for the men out there, y'all got to really do your due diligence. Like, you got to really pick through her social media. Like, it's crazy because this is the reality. This is the reality of where we are as women. This is just what it is. Let me just show you this clip. Hold on, let me just shout out to Benny Rubble. Thank you for the super stickers. I appreciate them all that you have shared. It really means a lot to me. Thank y'all for the support. I appreciate it. I appreciate it so much. But no, like I said, it's so much backlash. You couldn't have told me in a million years. You couldn't have told me that I would receive so much hate for just promoting modesty. I would receive so much hate from promoting modesty, especially with trying to encourage older women to like be an example for us. Be an example. I shared a video of this is a while ago, of Tamar Braxton. She was on stage doing the most. Like, girl, you damn near 50. Sit down. Like, you don't gotta do, like, you're still trying to twerk and bend over and do all this stuff. Like, stop. Same with Toni Braxton. You sitting online with half naked thirst trapping. You 50 something years old. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, you don't need to do that. You don't need to be thirst trapping when you're Toni Braxton. When you're Tamar Braxton, like you're already somebody. But again, they're still doing the same thing. And the women ate me up so bad, y'all. She could do whatever she want to do. Ain't no age limit. She don't got to stop what she's doing. She don't got to be modest. She don't got to be no grandmom. It's like, oh my God. Who would have thought that I'm saying that I think she can just sing the song. You don't got to do all this twerking and stuff. Stop. But they don't like that. They don't like it. They hate it. And the reason I'm singing on Black women for this particular topic is because that's who I've personally seen the most hate come from, and I've seen it be done to other women by Black women. I've seen it because we have this. Who said we got to be modest? That's their favorite line. Why we got to be modest? Who cares? Why does it matter? It's not hurting nobody. Okay. If you don't think that the way that you dress and the way that you behave it's not hurting you or hasn't hurt you in some way, or it potentially could, you're a fool. But if you want to do it, if you want to do it that way, do your thing. Do your thing.
Hold up. We have victory, baby. Go. Hey, ladies, drop your shit.
Do y'all see this? This is brunch. This is what brunch looks like. This is brunch. This is what it is, y'all.
We have victory, baby.
This is what it is. Like, this is the reality, y'all. It's so crazy because my husband and I were gonna go out a couple weeks ago. Well, not a couple weeks ago. We was gonna go out like 2 weeks ago for our anniversary. We was gonna go to some restaurant. And when he showed me the restaurant, I had saw the name. And I said, I think my sister been here before. I'm like, I think this is a place that she has, because she has a business. And I'm like, I think she has taken people there for like their birthdays or stuff like that. And I'm like, I feel like, to me, I'm like, it feels very like not like a club, but like a lounge. And we like to go to like nice restaurants and be able to talk and have conversation. I call me grandma, whatever you want to call me. I do not like when music is blasting loud in my ear when I'm eating. I don't like it at all. I cannot think. I just don't want to hear no music blasting in my ear while I'm sitting down eating at a nice restaurant. I just don't. I can't do it. I can't do it, y'all. And when we had asked my sister about it, she's like, I don't know if y'all, that's not really y'all speed. My husband was like, he thinking about the food, like he's heard about the food being good. But my sister, like, that might not really be y'all speed because they be like, it be very like, brunchy and like clubby and music and DJ and shit. I know how you are. But I was just like, we ended up not going, but I was thinking the same thing. Like, I don't want to go nowhere and it's like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, we eat and they doing that. I don't want to be nowhere like that. Like, I don't want to be nowhere and they doing that. I don't want to be nowhere and this is what's happening and while I'm sitting down eating. I'm at that point in my life, y'all. I'm at that point in my life. Y'all can, I don't know. I promise y'all, I feel like obviously being in my relationship, I first started dating my husband when I was 18 years old and I was in college and I had a great time in college, y'all. I really did. I had a really good time. And we did the college parties, I did college. I did. I had a great time. I graduated and that was enough for me though. I don't know if it's just me or I never desired to be outside. It's never been like this craving feeling for me. Now, again, I've been in a relationship since I was 18 years old. So that definitely has played a factor. But even outside of that, I just know me and who I am as a person that I have no desires to be in this vicinity. I just don't. I don't. And I'm not saying that women who choose to hang out and do brunch and do all the dance and clubby stuff, I'm not saying that you can't do that. But what I'm saying is we turn everything into this, like, we just over sexualize it. We just water stuff down.
Hey, ladies, drop your shit.
Like y'all get what I'm saying? Am I tripping? Am I tripping? Am I a grandma? Am I a grandma? I'm glad I'm a grandma. I'm gonna say that. If I am, I'm glad I'm a grandma because I have kids. And I will say that I've even been more conscious of trying to be even more modest. I'm not gonna lie. Like certain things I've with changing and I think yes, religion and my change in my religion has definitely played a factor, but I think really consciously because of my children getting older, like just things like wearing crop tops, like, and I wasn't like a full belly out, but like even just midriff shirts, I don't even want to do too much of that, especially not when I'm with my kids. And I'm just still working on myself and want to be more modest and, pleasing God. But even that, like, I don't even want to do that stuff and even just wear out, even showing my belly with my daughter. You understand what I'm saying? Because I know that she's watching and I am her example. And as much as we as mothers don't like for our kids to say, well, you did it, they're going to say it. And they're right. You did it. You're doing it. And we love to say, well, do as I say, not as I do. That don't work. That don't work. That don't work. Do as I say, not as I do does not work for our children. We have to stop. We have to stop. I told y'all this story before. Remember I told you this on the last live or maybe like 2 lives ago when a young girl in my school, she called me a bitch and said, I think I'm better than somebody, all based on how I dressed, how I look. A young teenage girl already has in her mind that you think you better than, and you this and that because of how I look, dressing very nicely. When I went into work, I dressed very nicely, very well put together. That she already had that hater mindset and mentality at 16 years old that I think I'm better than somebody. That's a sad thing. That you equate a woman who dresses a certain way and conduct herself in a certain way as thinking she's better than. That is the sad part about this, y'all. And that is the crazy part too. It is hard. That's why for me, I actually was going to share a video about this, y'all, or like a fashion video to share on my social media, because it's homecoming season. Y'all remember last year? I don't know if y'all saw that was going viral last year, on at least on TikTok, where everybody was talking about how the girls at homecoming were outside with their whole behinds out. Their whole butt out. Let me see if I can find it. Their whole butt out at homecoming. That's how they're walking around. Educated women. Educated women. You know how we love to say that Black women are so educated. We are educated. We are educated. We are educated. Educated women, listen to me. We're outside at homecoming with their behinds out. You understand what I'm saying? Like, this is what it is, y'all. Do y'all remember them bubble skirts? Bubble skirts is just like, it's just, this is just what it is. Let me see if I can find a video from last year. Hold on, let me see. I'm gonna see if I can find one, because it was just, it's just sad. It's just so, and I talked about this last year. I talked about this. Hold on, let me see. I know it's gonna come up. Oh man, I want to show it. Hold on, y'all. I'm really trying to find that clip for y'all. Hold on, y'all. I just found, it's not the one I wanted, but let's just go with it. Oh, come on. Let me do it bigger, actually. How do I do the other way? Hold on, y'all. Okay, we're gonna go this way.
The girls was naked at homecoming? You don't say. I'm more shocked at y'all for being shocked at the fact that the girls didn't have on no clothes at homecoming. They never have on clothes. If they won't wear regular clothes to places like Walmart, the mall, the grocery store, if they're out here wearing poster dresses to regular establishments, when they won't wear clothes to go to five-star restaurants, when five-star restaurants have to implement dress codes and enforce them because the girls won't wear clothes, you can't think that at homecoming they was going to have on some clothes. Like, when I see girls with too many clothes on, I know one thing: she must be pregnant, right? Because that's the only time they wear clothes. That's the only time they wear clothes. Ever since they've been able to get surgery and get these BBLs and fix the problems that they didn't like about their bodies, they're never going to wear clothes ever again. That's never going to happen, right? They're never going to wear clothes again. Now, if they had to live life with the body that God gave them, y'all might have had a chance at them putting on clothes, right? Because before they started getting this surgery, they was wearing clothes, right? When the body wasn't bodying like that, they was wearing clothes. But now that they got the body and they can compete against other women, oh, they're going to show it off, right? If they can get validation from other women, oh, they absolutely are, right? That's what this is about. This is about competing with other women, getting validation from other women, and may possibly be trying to get attention from men. You know, they're denied. But regardless, I can't believe that y'all was silly enough to think that they would have on clothes at homecoming. Stop it. And can we stop bringing up the degrees as if the degrees that these girls are getting in college have anything to do with them having common sense, dignity, and decorum, right? It has nothing to do with any of that. That just means that they in school. Some of them retain information well when it comes to books and learning, but that doesn't mean that they have common sense. It doesn't mean that they're demure, right? They in college and was still out here calling themselves demure. Meanwhile, they don't never wear no clothes. They don't even know the definition of simple words, but will tell you all of the different degrees they got. Like, come on, let's be for real. The girls was naked at homecoming. You don't say.
So that was last year. That and Dana's right. Shout out to Dana. She's a creator that I really like her content. But she's right. Right? They don't want to wear clothes anywhere. And like I said, anytime you try to encourage putting on clothes, you're the enemy. You're the bad guy. You are the most hated person, honestly. Honestly. This is the reality. And it's sad because, you know, we just don't like to acknowledge that there's other ways to do things. It's like my thing has always been this: if you don't want to be a modest woman and you don't like, and you want to shake your behind and wear whatever you want to wear, do it. But I've never understood the women who will come over to my platform or other women's platform who talk about being modest, having class, having self-respect. They will come over to your platform and tell you all these things about how you're this, how you're that. It's like, why are you coming over here bothering me? Why are you coming over here bothering me? I did not do nothing to you. I didn't come over here asking you to come to my platform. I didn't do that. But yet somehow you're coming in my comments telling me how I'm this, I'm that, I'm policing women, I'm trying to get women to do this. And it's like, that's all. It's like it's just wow. They're always saying how somebody is policing women. But we need to be policed. We do. We really do. Because it's bad out here, y'all. It really is.
All right, so y'all might take my black card for this, but I just gotta say it, man. I don't know why y'all took, and I'm talking about people of color, I don't know why y'all took something so civilized as going to brunch and making it some ratchet shit. I mean, all I see in these videos, these brunch videos, girls twerking and all that, y'all smoking hookah in people's faces. Bro, I'm sorry. I'm from the era where, you know what I'm saying, basement parties and all that. So when brunch came into the scene, we didn't know what brunch was. Brunch was some white people shit. But you know what? I say, you know what? Let me give it a try. You know what I'm saying? I'm 20-something years old. I got a little money. All right, let me see what this brunch thing is all about. And the fact that, like, I can get, like, a nice pancake breakfast and all that. You know, the chicken and waffles, the rum and raisin chicken and waffles, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? The egg and cheese. You know, and the mimosa. I never knew what a mimosa was when I was, like, 20-something years old. I didn't know that shit. So it's like when I felt that, I felt civilized. I felt like I was in one of the country clubs. You understand? And it was fun. You know, you play some good music and it was all good. Now I go to these brunch spots. You want to take someone on a brunch date, you got to definitely investigate the place that you go into, because you don't know what you're going to walk into. You're going to be seeing girls twerking on the tables. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, this is the brunch party. I'm like, I came for some brunch. I ain't come to see this. I ain't come to see no temptation all over the place. I'm on a date right now. I'm trying to be focused on the date. You know what I'm saying? Or matter of fact, maybe I want to take my kids to a brunch spot. You know what I'm saying? Make them experience brunch. But like, you got to be careful where you go, especially in Brooklyn. So it's like, yo, black people, Can we just agree that there's places for everything? But not brunch, man. Stop twerking on the tables at brunch, please. Can we at least keep that civilized? Because yo, they looking at us kind of crazy right now. I'm just saying.
I mean, he's 100% right. He's 100% right. 100% right. The crazy part about it is, like, I don't know. I mean, obviously there are places that are more adult, type of places. But what I will say is, because women don't even care about kids being there. Like, they don't care if their kids are there. So they definitely don't care about your kids. They definitely don't care about your kids. If their kids is sitting right there and they don't care, why should they care about your kids? Why not? And again, the idea is women assume that if you're not like this, you are stuck up, you're fake, you're miserable, like you're jealous. You're jealous because you're trying to tell women to do something different. You're jealous because you're saying, hey sis, you have so much potential. You ain't gotta do that. You ain't gotta do all that. You understand? Like, this is the type of stuff that people are trying to say, but yet we instead want to do the complete opposite. And I want to show y'all this because this is so interesting that this is this new trend. I don't know when this became a thing, but I promise you, if I walked into an establishment, I saw this on the door, I'm going to exit left real quick.
Cash money records picking.
I'm going to mute the sound because I don't want to get the live, I don't want to get, issues from it. So I'm just going to mute it, but I'm going to let y'all see the video. Okay. Okay. Did y'all see it? What it said? Did y'all see what it said in the beginning? So it says twerk or no brows. So that's what they're doing on like a lot of these salons. Like they have like twerk or no service, twerk or it's like supposed to be like fun. If I walk up and I see this, baby, you ain't I can't. I can't. I can't. I can't. This is something that I've seen. Like this is something that they are promoting and putting on their doors and they suites and salons. This is a real thing, y'all. This is a real thing. This is a real thing. This is a real thing. I ain't making this up. And if I was to see this, I'm going to exit left. I'm not going nowhere that I'm not doing it. I'm sorry. I'm not. I'm not. And I don't even want somebody who is like, that's what you got to do to come. I don't even want to put it like that. I'm not playing like that. I ain't playing like that. I'm not. But this is, I don't know. I just think that we've just taken things to the extreme, y'all. And there's no shame. Like shame is completely out that's just, we didn't threw that in the trash. It's completely gone. It's completely gone. It is completely gone. And having children doesn't change anything. They don't care about their kids, how they look. I saw this interview. I saw Cardi B talking about the diss track that she made or put out or whatever on her album about Bia, allegedly, right? On a Breakfast Club. And she said, they asked her basically like, why did you Like the beef is old. Like why, why put it on the album and like bring something else, like stir it up again basically when it's old, right? This idiot says, well, she mentioned my kids and my kids gonna see that someday and they gonna be like, Mom, why did she mention why did she say talk about us? And I'm not gonna be the mom that's gonna say that I took the high road. I'm gonna have to let them know. And I said, you're worried about your kids. They're going to ask you, out of all the things they're going to be worried about that you've done, all the things that you have done, they're going to come to you about why did Bia talk about us. Like, that is how small-minded we are, to think that you think that that is the worst thing that they're going to ever see about you, that you had to come back out and respond. I said, wow. We just some slow-minded people. This is some slow-minded group of people, of just like, it's just and the reason I'm bringing Cardi B up is because Black women follow her. Black women listen to her. Black women are influenced by her. So they will be influenced to listen to her and do the same dumb things, which they do, which many of them do. They live by the same code. I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to make sure my kids know who I am. They make my kids know not to play with me. They going the same old same thing. There's no class. There's no modesty. You know what? Let me let y'all. Did y'all hear the clip that I Did y'all see my? Let me let y'all hear this. Just for the sake of, I hope I can find it. I hope it's still up here. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see if I can find it, because I really, and I might just pull it up on my Hold on. Let me post it for y'all, because I want y'all to see, right, the hate Black women get who have class and respect versus the people who love the drama, the messiness. They love it. They eat it up. Why do we love the messiness of Black women? Why do we feed it? But yet, when you saying, don't do that, sister girl, don't be like that. Don't be like that. I gotta let y'all hear, because some of y'all may or may not have saw this video in one of my latest uploads. I think I uploaded it yesterday. I want to say yesterday. But I gotta let y'all hear this, because I want us to really realize and recognize that they don't want us as Black women to be classy. They don't want us to be respectful. They don't want us to be modest. And I'm talking about Black women don't want you to be the modest ones. They don't want you to be, they don't want that, y'all. They want us to be ratchet, ghetto, nasty, and all be lumped up together. I'm not talking about all of us, y'all. The majority do, though. The majority love this, though, y'all. They love it. They eat it up. They support it. And y'all, this what I'm about to share with y'all. If y'all have not already heard this, brace yourselves. All I'm gonna say is brace yourself. And this is proof. This is proof of how much Black women feed and eat up negativity, and then they go and they just sit around. They love it. They love it. So brace yourselves, y'all. Okay? Brace yourselves. Some of y'all may have already saw this clip from one of my uploads, but if you haven't, brace yourself.
You want to pull up? Bitch, pull up. You gonna pull up? You gonna pull up?
Bitch,
oh, okay,
I get in the
then.
field for real. I get in the field for real. I don't give about shit about nothing, ho. I get in the field, bitch.
Anyway, Sherelle,
I
like I
get
said,
in the field, ho.
Anyway,
I don't argue,
like I said, I was gonna text you personally because there's a lot of police shit going on. I don't know what type of shit everybody got going on. And I said I was gonna text you personally, so it won't be so much police shit.
Baby daddy, ho, I rap your ass.
Okay, anyway,
bitch, I don't play
how do I
with
get in touch with you?
Wait, Pop. Ho, and I ain't catching no motherfucking misdemeanor charges about no motherfucking baby daddy, ho. Bitch, I go to jail for felonies, bitch.
Okay,
ho,
bitch,
I don't play with no hoe.
Bitch, I got felonies too, bitch. I got felonies too, bitch.
Well, get your charges up, bitch.
I got
get your charges up, bitch.
You bragging about felonies?
You ain't
scaring nobody, bitch.
We don't want to talk to your police ass about nothing, bitch.
You ain't scaring nobody because you dirty with a felony, bitch.
That's the point of having a bitch.
Nobody because you dirty with a felony.
You don't get caught, ho. You don't get caught, ho.
You ain't scaring nobody, bitch. You ain't scaring nobody, bitch.
Police ass, how the fuck you got so many motherfucking charges and you keep going to jail, bitch? The point of the charges, bitch, not to get caught, ho.
This what the shit Nicole was on.
Light skin, bright ass, ho. I been knocked your fucking teeth out like you one of my kids,
bitch. I ain't light skin, bitch. I'm brown skin.
I don't play with no motherfucking jits, ho. Fuck wrong with you, bitch? Ho, you think I'm talking motherfucking baby daddy in your jit, ho? Fuck wrong with you, bitch? I'll smack the fuck out you like you one of my kids,
bitch. I'm not Brittany, bitch. Pull up.
I don't give a fuck about you, big fat ass Brittany, bitch, ho.
You still chatting.
Fuck wrong with you? We don't want to talk to your police ass, bitch. Take them thin ass motherfucking bullets out.
I thought I would share this again for those who did not see it in my upload to make a point as to this live had hundreds of people watching it. This is a screen recording of the live. Someone sat in that live, the entire live, and screen recorded. This ain't AI. This is very much real. This ain't no AI at all. A woman sat in this live and screen recorded the whole live and put every single part of it up. 10 parts she put up. Hundreds of women watching it. Hundreds of women in the comments. And then they all came back and made videos about the live. But live that I've held, because I don't even go live on TikTok no more. Live and then look at her smiling, dancing, laughing. She's the host. She's the host. This is what they want us to do. They don't want us to be women with respect. They don't want us to be women with class, because there's no way that a woman would be online comparing and bragging about who has more felonies. A woman with class, and these are women who have children. Their children are right there. I'm like, they got to be somewhere near you. You know, like when you talk like that, you ain't caring about what your kids think, say, feel. But this is what it is. This is the reality. So when I get in my comments and y'all and the women who are like, well, they're not talking about me. I'm not them. I'm not like, please stop, because you are not even a crumb to what we're talking about. We're talking about the majority. We're talking about the majority, because there's no reason why, if we didn't love this type of stuff, we wouldn't sit online and do it. We wouldn't. We just wouldn't. But we do. We do it outright publicly, and nobody shames you. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. And it is sad, y'all. This is a sad reality that when you say, I'm not going to do that, I'm going to care about my appearance, I'm going to care about how I do things. You know what I'm saying? Like, but we don't care. We prefer to do things for attention. And just like this, let me show you this last clip.
Let's go. I just want
This is sad. I believe in the comments when I read it, it said that she was arrested for disorderly conduct because they had asked, they were trying to clear out whatever happened. They were trying to get the person, get people out. And you decide to, because the cameras are out, you getting attention, people are talking, like you decide to do that, and then you're going to get arrested for just not trying to follow the rules. Like, this is what it is. Yeah, we saw the what was it last year? The young girl who was twerking on top of a car, fell off the car. She was on a hood. I forgot what state it was in, but she was twerking on top of a car, got on the hood, fell off the car because the car turned or something. And then she got ran over by a fire truck that was coming to go to like wherever their call was at. Because why are you getting out the car twerking? Unfortunately. You understand what I'm saying? Like, this is the reality of where we are, y'all. That was one story. Then there was a different story where the girl was at the car and allegedly got ran over by her friend. So these are two different stories. One got ran over by the fire truck and one got ran over by the driver in the car who was allegedly her friend. I don't know factually, but there were two different situations. And unfortunately, two young girls lost their lives. Sadly lost their lives. You understand what I'm saying? Like, this is where we have gone. This is what it is. And we continue to go this direction because anytime you try to say, let's be respectful, let's have class, let's have dignity, let's not do this, let's care about how we look, let's care about this, let's care about that, they always fight against it. They can't stand it. They don't want you to try to tell them to cover up. Like, just cover up your butt, girl. Just cover up your butt. Have some respect. Think about your life decisions now that can influence your life in 6 months, in 6 years. You understand what I'm saying? And it's a time and place for everything. That's the moral of it. That's the moral of the story. It's a time and place, but nobody wants to follow the time and place. We think we could just go around, do whatever we want to do, any place, anywhere, anytime. It shouldn't matter. And that's the sad reality of what it is now, y'all. That is the sad reality of what it is now. Sad reality. Sad reality. Let me read this. I wanted to shout out to Barney for all the super stickers. I appreciate it. I really do. Thank you so much. Law said in reference to the brunch, it's crazy. You got to vet restaurants for wretchedness. It's sad. It's a sad reality. It is. You gotta do that. You got to do that now, y'all. You got to make sure where you're going. You got to check out where you're going. You got to check it out because you just never know. You just never ever know where you're going to go, what it's going to be like, who's going to be there, what's the environment, especially like if you're going somewhere like, like, is it Houston? I think Houston has like a really, really big like brunch, ordeal and just being out and about out there. So that's a really, really brunchy place, honestly, is out in Houston. And like a lot of these cities, like I think they like obviously Miami, they're trying to turn everything into brunchy, clubby, like I said, the whole hookah bar, hookah thing, all of that stuff, all of that. But again, we see it at the mall. They were in Lululemon twerking all over that store. Sad. You can't even go shopping You can't go shopping without something happening. I had someone say in the comments, I think it was a woman who asked me, can I make a video about how to dress modest, or be more modest. I have a beauty channel. It's dedicated to women. And I talk about modesty, and I've even shared some modest clothing options. I'm going to put in the chat. If you want to subscribe to that channel for the women that are in the chat, it is called The Beauty Room with Just a Girl. So you can definitely go subscribe to the channel. And I talk, a lot about, did I write that right? It's Just a Girl, not with the not GIRL. If you want to subscribe to that channel, I would appreciate it. It definitely is geared toward women, talking about beauty, fashion, but definitely a lot of conversation around being modest women and how to conduct ourselves, and how we can look good and still feel good about yourself and still feel like you're feel attracted and all the things. So if you're a woman that is watching that likes my content and you want to see more of that type of content, it's on my other channel. It is The Beauty Room with Just a Girl. It is you can find it on this channel as well, on the homepage if you scroll down, but you can definitely go check out that content over there, and support that, because it is needed. It is needed because I know a lot of women don't really know, and they're trying to change. And I know that there's a lot of pushback from trying to change a woman to being more modest. A lot of women, why I say that they want to hold you back. They don't want to see you elevate. They don't want to see you putting on clothes. They like to see you half naked. They like to see you just damn near naked at the same time. So when you're trying to move in this way, they're trying to pull you back over here. They're telling you that you tripping, girl, you ain't got to do that. Oh, is it for a man? Like they don't want you to do anything that's going to lead you to being a more modest and classy woman. I'm sorry to say that, but it is. That's where we are right now. Okay, so all we can do is just for the men out here, y'all. You gotta be very intentional. Ask a lot of questions. Ask a lot of questions. Do a lot of talking. Do a lot of talking, like literally, to really weed between what's really going on, what's really happening. Look at how she dressed. Look at how she speaks. Look at how she, and ladies, we got to know that we attract what we put out. What you put out is what you're going to get. And the minute you're attracting. And I agree. I think that there's a big idea that they don't have any characteristics outside of sex, but I disagree with that. To a certain extent, because I said that these are women who have many talents. These are educated, successful, business-minded women who own and run companies, who save lives for a living, who put people in prison for a living. They have many different talents, many different good characteristics, but for some reason they love to keep this one in the forefront because they want to always fit in. So I don't know. I think it's just like I said, there's just this everybody looks the same and they're doing the same thing. They're doing the same thing. They're doing, like I said, that's just my opinion. I believe that, there are some women who don't, but I think that there are women who have other qualities and other characteristics to offer, but they choose to lead in this manner. They lead with that. That's because that's what they might believe is more accepted, but they have other qualities or other characteristics that they choose to lead in a sexual manner because that's what they see being promoted. But ask a lot of questions, y'all. Ask a lot of questions. Yep. Older women trying to keep up with the younger women. Yep. 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 All right, y'all. Well, I really just want us to remember that you are what you attract as women. You are what you attract. And we cannot, as women, keep making excuses because they love to say things like, oh, well, even when I dress modest, men still disrespect me. It's like, let's stop going to the extreme. Let's stop going to the extreme because men are just not out here just disrespecting you. Like that's their way to try to prove, to say that they don't need to be modest because even when they're modest, men just disrespect them. I'm like, no, they don't. No, they don't. And I'm not saying they can never happen, but they find a way to make it like, oh, I was dressing this way. And then every time I go out that way, men are just out here just disrespecting me. And I'm like, no. And I'm going to go back to my point. What I am saying is education does not mean intelligence. That's not the point that I'm making. Someone said they don't have good characteristics. What I am saying is there are women who have good characteristics. Yes, they do. But they choose to lead with their bodies and their sexuality. You can still have good characteristics, but you're choosing to keep up with the Joneses and you want to lead this way, which can be very hard for a man to decide which one is the right woman because they're both leading with the same qualities. But this one might have more good qualities or good characteristics, but it will never be known because she starts with the more sexualized characteristics. That's what I believe. Because characteristics can be, like it can be so let me give you an example. Okay. So if you are, and this is what I'm gonna break it down this way. A good characteristic, I think you can be a very compassionate person, right? She's very considerate. She's very compassionate. That's a good characteristic. But if she's leading with her body sexually, and that's all she leads with, you may never get a chance to know that she's very compassionate or very understanding, or she's willing to cooperate because you see her as she's just out here naked. That's what I'm saying. But if you get to know her, she might be like, you know what? Cool, I'll take it off. Because I'm doing what I think I'm following what other women are doing. You know what I'm saying? So my point of what I made in the beginning is the women all look the same. They look the same, but they act the same because they're out here doing the same thing. But she has different qualities and characteristics that you will never know because she's leading with what the other women are doing. How does that not make sense for y'all? That's what I think. I think that is what's happening. And I think older women for sure are the ones who are definitely doing that because they're trying to keep up with the younger girls. They're trying to, find their way to still fit in. Like it's like they're almost, it's wild, y'all. That's the sad part. You can't tell the difference. That's what I'm saying. You can't tell the difference based on how they look. They can both be two totally different people internally, characteristics wise, but the way that they dress, the way that they look, you can't tell. There's no distinction. So that's why I say she can have good characteristics, but she looks the same exact way. So you're not even give her a chance. You know what I'm saying? And that's why women need to recognize that. You can't think because you're educated and you got this and you got that, but if you look the same way as other women, he don't want to hear that. He don't want to get to know you because you look like the other women. If you want to stand out and be given a chance, you have to stop trying to look and behave like them. You have to. You cannot look and behave like them. Be yourself. Take the wig off. Stop looking like them, because you will not get a chance to show him that you are a loving, kind, but you're just another programmed woman who needs to be who needs some shaking up. You know what I'm saying? But and I agree, men. The thing is, that's why I try to tell women, men don't got to give you a chance. You won't even get the chance. So that's why you want to be conscious that you don't lose opportunity to get somebody to want to get to know you. You're already disqualifying yourself from the beginning. That's the point that I'm making. That's why I tell women all the time, you are what you attract. So once you walk outside like this and you move like this and you dress like this, you're going to attract what it is that you're giving out. And the men that you might really don't want you and don't even feel like trying to get to know you, because they don't feel like working through all that other stuff. They don't feel like doing all that. You know, everybody looks the same. I'm telling y'all. It's crazy. It is crazy. So I don't know, yeah. That's just my opinion. I just think that there are things that we can do, and we just choose to we just want to be this way. We want to just be out here doing what we doing. Even where, that's what I'm saying. This is what it is, y'all. So I don't know. Like I said, it is scary when you can't tell the doctor from the streetwalker. Like someone said, you can't. That's where we are right now, y'all. That's where we are right now. You can't tell the doctor from the streetwalker. That's a sad reality, y'all. That is a sad reality. And just the way that they dress. Because at one point in time, you know, when women in certain careers, they wouldn't dress a certain way. Like you would dress accordingly. You would just you wouldn't just turn it off when you got off of work. It would just be in you to just carry yourself this way, to just move this way, to just, you know, now it's just like, oh, I'm done work. I could do what I want to do. I don't matter. Like, and I'm gonna say this before I go. One of the things that I really, really love and hate about Married to Medicine is the show where there's married women who are either married to a doctor or the doctor, the women themselves are doctors. And the show portrays these educated women, have successful careers, and they are the most ratchet ghetto mess of women. It's like, why? They're married and they're out there embarrassing their husbands on every single episode, embarrassing them. But that's what's entertaining. We want to see drama. We want to see a women in their 50s still fighting and arguing and cursing each other out. How can you raise a daughter differently, y'all? It is hard. I think that really goes into like really having her, the relationship with the young girl, her mother, and the women in her life has to really be like, you need to get your daughter. I'm gonna be all the way honest. What I believe, you got to get your daughter involved in something that's going to keep her undivided attention, like nothing, like no other. Like she needs to get involved in something that's going to make her lock in and not divert from that ever. Like until she, you know, goes to college or something. Because my daughter's in gymnastics, and my goal is to keep her in gymnastics and ride that out, to keep her locked in, to not be like, she's going to be in that gymnastics so much that she ain't got time to do nothing else. She got time to be around women who are working hard and they're, being healthy and learning and focused on school, like really trying to keep her. This is who she's being surrounded around. So we got to get our girls locked in on something positive to keep them as focused as possible. Because this outside influences and social media and everything around them, it's hard. That's just what it is. It's very hard. So gotta pray for our children, y'all. Gotta really pray for them. I just want to thank y'all. Yes, spiritual foundation is key. Yes, you gotta give that foundation, but you also have to not just give it to them. You got to live by it. You got to be that example. As again, don't live by the do as I say, not as I do. That don't work. That does not work, parents. Do as I say, not as I do does not work. It just doesn't. So be their teacher, but teach them and be a leader so they can follow you. So this is good, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed the conversation. I think this is a great conversation, very much needed. And again, if you are a woman who's watching this live and you want to hear more about modesty and things like that, my beauty channel is the Beauty Room with Just a Girl. You can go subscribe over there and watch all that type of content over there. And thank y'all for being here, as always, supporting the channel. Thank you for all the super stickers and super chats. I appreciate the support so much. Shout out to Barney Rubble and in law. I appreciate the support, and everyone in the comments. Y'all are amazing. Thank y'all for growing my channel. Y'all know I'm on the 30K. Trying to get to 30K by December. Let's do it, y'all. Let's make that happen. I appreciate it so much. We're just growing and we're just doing this thing. So thank y'all for being here. Have a good night. Everybody be safe. And I will see you guys tomorrow for a new episode of Just a Girl Talk, dropping tomorrow afternoon. Good night.
So let's talk about it. I'm just a girl.
You know that girl, I am just a girl too.
There's a creator on this app called I'm Just a Girl, and a lot of y'all don't like her.
All the discourse surrounding Just a Girl, I really have just one question.
And I'm just a girl. Just a girl.
That lady, I'm just a girl.
No, because y'all are tearing that just a girl a whole new one.
I think the problem with I'm Just a Girl's content,
that just a girl lady, you cannot convince me that she don't hate black women.